Entrepreneur, if you're working for anybody, you're underpaid. You will never ever work for somebody else and get rich. Now, if you are an excellent money manager, you can work for somebody else and be comfortable and, live within your means and have a great life. Or you could be one of those people that has something on the side. But you will never ever work for someone and be rich or wealthy or what you consider rich or wealthy, because those terms are relative. There is somebody else who's working, doing some of the same type of work for a different company, and they'll look at you and consider you rich. So when I say wealthy or rich, you'll never be that millionaire or billionaire just working for somebody else. If that's your goal, then it's not just about the entrepreneurship. It's also about the money management, because I work and I have all types of clients and I meet all types of people, and you can make a lot of money and still not know where it is or have anything to show for it. Truth be told, if you go back and you actually did or allowed someone to do bookkeeping over the money that's gone through your hands in 20 years, you would probably be surprised about how much money you've had access to. And you would definitely be surprised and probably disappointed about where you spent it. I know some people who make very little and do a lot. And on the other hand, I know people who make a lot and can't do anything and can do very little or nothing at all. So money management is so crucial to getting to those points that you want to get to. Having said that, the other part of that is that there is no such thing as getting to a certain amount and you don't worry about money. I talk about that in other videos. That is an arbitrary, unrealistic thought. There is not a millionaire on this earth who does not look at his money. The day you stop looking at your money and you stop balancing and you stop budgeting is the day you will not have money. You have to manage it. Money is a magnet. It's attracted to itself. That means you got to be able to hold on to it, and you got to be able to respect it. Notice I never said anything about love. Most people misquote that verse in the Bible where it says money is the root of all evil. It's not money, it's the love of it. Because when you want it by any means necessary and you don't care who you hurt or what you do to get to it, that's when you've gone too far, and that's when you'll find yourself chasing it and never reaching where you want to go. There are so many people like that. I'm saying all of that to say that in entrepreneurship, there are so many more things that you need to look at. You have to think about your values. You've got to assess your character, your personality, and you've got to make a plan that you can stick to get to the goals that you desire. Trust me, it won't happen overnight. I promise you that. There's not one big contract that you can get that will propel your business to the next level, because if you get that contract, I guarantee you'll spend a lot of resources trying to fulfill that contract. You'll have to take out a loan because those people are not going to pay you immediately. For every one thing, for every shortcut, for everything that you think can make your business and make you successful overnight, I can name you 20 things that can go wrong or that will cause you to have to plan, think, prepare, and strategize. It's not that it's anything wrong with it. What's wrong is our method and our way of looking at it and our expectations in entrepreneurship. Remember, you're going to work harder than you ever have before. I was speaking with a potential entrepreneur, and what they said was it cannot be that hard. They did not understand leadership. They did not understand the decisions that their leadership at the company was making. What stood out to me was that if you have never, as a future entrepreneur or even as a current one, if you have never looked at your management and tried to figure out ways using exactly what you see that it could be better, or to try to understand why management makes the decisions they make, you're not ready for entrepreneurship. Being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, going from an employee to an employer, means having the ability to see, think, and assess things that other people won't see or access. So that means that you've got to be able to be on one level and look on another level. You've got to be able to be in the moment and still look down the road at the future. So while you're at your job, and I know I keep saying these things to you, and I'm saying them for a reason, because most people walk out on a job thinking that job did them so wrong, when really they were getting paid to learn some things that they never even thought about. Most of the time, entrepreneurs can only focus on what they think is going to bring them the money, and they don't look at the other side. If you take time to even think about what it could be like to be in charge, you would be surprised at the way you would go about your business. You would be leaps and bounds ahead. You know, the shortcuts you're trying to take, the shortcuts is in the knowledge. The shortcuts are in not having to experience some of the same downfalls that other people did, because you listened and you also observed and you learned by observation, and you were able to connect the dots. Meaning, oh, I understand that they don't pay this amount because that's what the market yields. And I'm not going to hire somebody and pay them triple or double and think that that's going to make them happy and make them stay. That's not how it works. I'm telling you, everything out here has a reason and something behind it. Find out what that is first before you decide what you're going to do differently. I'm just trying to help you think about it, because entrepreneurship and wealth begins in the mind. As a man or woman thinketh, so is he. As an entrepreneur understands, so is he or she. It's been your girl, the Queen Bee, saying you cannot do business better with an old mindset. Bye-bye.